It's always fun to see what is offered in these extra small little travel trailer campers. And this here is a rear kitchen setup that's actually pretty dang usable. So let's go take a look. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and today we are here taking a look at this 2026 Forest River Cherokee Wolf Pup. This is their 14RK. Teeny tiny little single axle travel trailer, and it's going to be on the entry level side, so also going to be very affordable with an aluminum siding, wood framing setup here. One single 20-pound propane tank, manual tongue jack, and then your battery up front. Looking at the specs here along the side, we do have a gross vehicle weight rating, so fully loaded at just 3,850 pounds, 1,195 pound cargo carrying capacity. So dry weight on that is going to be around what, like 2,700 pounds or so, 2,600 pounds, somewhere in that range. And you can see it's just a little tiny thing, so towable by a lot of different vehicles, including a lot of things like smaller SUVs, stuff like that. Yeah, dry weight only 2,638 pounds. So something like this, I mean, even falls into the category of being able to tow with like a 4-door Jeep Wrangler, I believe, from the last time I looked at the specs on those. So an option that gets you in a towable range for pretty much any size modern truck on the market and various different SUVs. Now, as we step inside, the floor plan has to be practical, and on this one, it really is. When we walk in, have your bed up front here. So it's a pretty much wall-to-wall bed. I'm not sure if they give us the dimensions on it. They do not. It just says queen bed. So we're gonna have to hop in this thing and see what we're really working with in terms of the actual size of this bed, because I don't know if that's an actual residential queen, but we'll get back to that. You have your awning extended retract switch there, spot for a TV on the wall, although that's probably only going to fit about a 24-inch screen TV, so nothing too crazy on that. Although in these smaller campers, definitely designed to be a weekend camper. Go out, spend your weekends outside. I understand you may want a TV at night in the evening, but also hopefully you get enjoyable enough weather that you can enjoy a campfire in your evenings. But you do have an outlet here, shelf up over the top, and then as we turn around this way, we have big storage all through here. Solid wood cabinet doors, almost unhurt. Actually, nope, I lied, just kidding. It looked like solid wood, but this actually is a wrapped material on there. So just kidding, but nonetheless, it looks good. It looked like it was a solid wood, and it didn't seem like there's, any real concerns there to worry about. Although the fact that I just saw that there's a bee in here hanging out with us, either a bee or a, I guess that might be a, why am I struggling to think of a word, like a wasp, but I don't know how he got in here. There's a small space to share with you, little guy. And then flip the sofa up and you can see how that sofa sits. It is a jackknife sofa, so you have all your storage space underneath here. And then speaking of storage space, you also have all open storage here underneath the bed as well that connects to the outdoor door to access that storage. And with your sofa right here, it is a comfortable spot to sit and hang out. I mean, you could sit and cook right here. You have your refrigerator and microwave directly across from you, and again, your TV could go right there. But even just sitting in the space too, of like thinking about my actual practical setup in my camper, I could just set my iPad right here if I really wanted to sit and watch something. I'm more of a YouTube person than anything else. I spend almost all of my time watching media on YouTube. I don't really watch a whole lot of TV shows and movies. So if you're someone like me, then you easily could just set your iPad right there. Or like I have a case on my iPad that has a flip over flap, and I could actually put the flap up through here and that would probably hold it right over the top of this refrigerator. And that's an option as well. So there's always little hacks that you can do to use different electronics and various different things within a camper. Have your Furrion air conditioner up top here. That looks like that might be, I don't know the exact size on it, but it looks like it's a little bit smaller. So it's going to be somewhere in that range of like a 8,000 BTU to a 13,500 BTU AC. But nonetheless, it's a super small camper, so you're going to have no problem staying cool. And then have your furnace down underneath here with your refrigerator. It has a small freezer portion in it, but most of it is all just refrigerator space. Keep in mind with something like this, a lot of times people are bringing a cooler with ice that you can put some of your frozen stuff in as well. A little bit of storage space up here, and then as we get back into the kitchen space, we have a wrapped countertop material, a north to south facing 2-burner gas stove, no oven inside of this camper, good storage all the way through the top. So a bunch of open usable space through here. Just be mindful of how much weight you load into these areas. And then a really big circular sink. So pretty good sized sink there to work with for the size camper. On your windows, you can see how they open up here. And then this is going to be your pull down black pleated shade. Storage space underneath your sink. That's actually quite a bit of space as well. Wow, that's a lot of usable storage space here through this area. No individual shutoff valves on the water lines, but gosh, you can bring pretty much anything you would need for your kitchen in the amount of storage space that you have through here. So really quite a bit of usable storage. Now, as we go into the bathroom, certainly a little interesting here. A couple different things to talk about. First of all, we have the elevated plastic foot flush toilet. Now, as we sit in this space, the first thing I want to show you, you have a tub in here, but that's not what I was getting at. When I'm sitting here on the toilet, okay? We're sitting here, you have the little ledge, you can put your feet up on the ledge, but even with your feet up on the ledge, it more so is bringing your knees to kind of where you, I think, would normally feel them sit. It's kind of what feels like a normal posture on a toilet for me. It doesn't feel like my legs are up, like in my chest or anything like that. However, it's 6'1". This door will not really close. It's hitting my knees. I can try to slide back further to barely get it closed, but if you're a taller person, it might have to be evacuate the camper for everybody else, because you're gonna have a hard time sitting in this toilet and closing the door, especially if you're taller than me. If you're taller than 6'1", good luck. But nonetheless, if you're shorter than 6 feet, you might be all right. And certainly if you're like under 5'9", I don't think it'll be a problem. With that, we have the tub here in the shower, and I thought that the ceiling height in here was gonna really suck, and it actually doesn't. It's not bad. So as I stand up into this space, it is about 6'1" exactly to the tallest part of this shower. So if you're under 6'1", you're fine. If you're over 6'1", you're gonna have to start ducking in this area. And then we have a traditional shower curtain, but even that is better than I expected for this size camper. Have your shower head here. I would have to duck under that a little bit to use that. And again, you have the tub in here, so whether it's for pets or a child or anything of that nature, you have the bathtub to soak either a pet or a child, or maybe you want to just fill it up with some warm water to soak your feet in because you're cold. Like, that's an option too. So get the tub there to use nonetheless. Now on the bed, let's go ahead and lay on this bed, because my assumption is this is not a true queen size bed. Yeah, it's definitely got to be a little bit shorter. My feet are basically touching the wall here, and my head is right at the back of the mattress. So it's probably a 74-inch, 75-inch long mattress. Has the width of a queen, but not quite as long. And with that reduction in length just a little bit, it gives you this space here to rest things on, and you have outlets and USB ports here, so you can plug in your phones, different devices, stuff like that. Again, you could set up a tablet in that space if you want to lay on your stomach or something and watch a show, but you also have your spot to mount a TV. And then that is pretty much everything in the area. Overall ceiling height in general in here, not bad. Again, pretty good. And that's about it. Now, price range on this, we're gonna step outside and talk about a couple things outside, including the price. Still doing a little bit of estimating because I didn't see this in stock yet as of me filming this video, but price range on this is gonna be sub $20,000. It's definitely gotta be sub $20,000. So I don't know exactly if it's gonna be closer to 15,000, closer to 20. I don't know for sure, but with this size, I would hope closer to about 15. So that's kind of what you can expect there. You have your awning outside up over the entry door. Again, it's an aluminum sided wood frame travel trailer. No front stabilizers here, but it does have the manual stabilizers along the rear. Spot to store things in your sewer hose or in your bumper like a sewer hose. Got ahead of myself there. And then as we come along this way on your non-camp side, pretty simple 30 amp power plug there, your vent fan, and then really nothing installed to, get up on top of the roof. So there, if you want to be able to get up there, you would have to essentially just use your own ladder source at home. Have your dump valves right here. Actually, two different dump valve spots, kind of interesting. So you do have a dump valve there and one here. Looks like that's for your black tank and that's for your gray tank, I would assume. Because it says wastewater holding tank. And then you can see there your exposed water tanks down underneath, so not a fully enclosed underbelly. This is something that is really just designed for your weekend camping trips during the warmer weather seasons of the year. Looks like it has a 6-gallon gas and electric water heater, your exterior water connections out there, and then that is about it. So curious your thoughts. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Very interesting little small camper that is actually pretty usable if you ask me, but I'm curious your guys' thoughts. Let me know what you think. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, live firmly unbound.